Hello, everybody. Oop, there's my hair looking all weird again. My hair's been like doing its weird own thing today. Sorry, y'all. It is a warm, warm, warm day here, so it's lovely. So, hello, everybody. Welcome here to Heart of a Hobbit on the official LOTRO Twitch channel. So, I'm your host, Little Redhead, and I'll be taking you around parts of Middle Earth today here in Lord of the Rings Online. And so, yes, I see Deviant Fish and Just Right Sandy in the chat there. So, welcome, folks. Good to see you. Yeah, it is a lovely, gorgeous day outside. It's like 23 degrees in Celsius. So, what is that like? I don't know, 70, 75. Well, what is it? You double it and add 30. So, 23, so 46. So, yeah, so mid 70s outside. It's beautiful. And then in the sun, it's just like super warm, and the cats were outside and laying on the concrete, and yeah, it's gorgeous. So, but I've closed the blinds. Otherwise, you all would be getting just like bright sunshine, and that would be it. And it's not quite as interesting for a stream if you just see a big white screen down here. All right, so what we are going to do today, we are, I'm in Bree still, and I think I know why. Because we are here for the anniversary festival. So Lord of the Rings Online has been around for 17 years. Oh, I forgot to update my thing. I have a little graphic to put on my screen. I forgot to do it. I will admit to you, about every spare minute of time right now, I have been playing this other game called The Planet Crafter, which is very much like a space sci-fi terraforming kind of game, and I am like obsessed with it. I'm having so much fun with it. So those are like my two genres, is like there's times when I just love like diving into fantasy like we do here on Lord of the Rings. And then there's other times when I am really into sci-fi, and I really go back and forth between those two. And the Planet Crafter is really hitting that sci-fi vibe for me right now. But today we are in the world of fantasy here in Lord of the Rings. So we are going to go around and do the anniversary festival. So Lord of the Rings Online has just had is in the middle of its 17th anniversary celebration. And so what they do is every year they have an anniversary festival, and so we are going to partake of that anniversary festival. So I think the reason I was here is because last time we were talking with the games master here. We were taking a look and seeing what he had to I'm going to turn that down a little bit, that's still loud. Seeing what all sorts of interesting things he had for us. Oh, and I think, did I end up buying, let me see my inventory. I did. I ended up buying the Green Dragon Inn bar right as we were logging off last time. So I am curious about that. And maybe we will, maybe we'll go and pop over to my house real quick. So let me do that. So there's the fireworks laden goat. Love the goat. It's a good goat. Oh, actually, before we go to the house, let me swing by the party tree, because that is where the wrapper is for the for this festival. So for every festival, what they do is they'll usually have somebody who gives you what we call a wrapper quest, and it's like, you know, go and do X number of quests that are part of this event, and that will count. Once you get to that number, whatever it is, come back and see me, and I'll give you some extra tokens for this festival. And that's usually really handy. Another reason why that's super handy is, let me put my quest log. There will be like kind of a pair of umbrella wrappers over that. And each of those, as you complete them, it's usually like every 3 days or every 4 days. And each of those will give you some legendary item experience, which is great for the LI reward track if you're working on that. Some figments of splendor, and some virtue experience in this case. And the other one is, let's see, that's the daily, that's that. There we go. There's the other one. It's also going to give me legendary item experience and also figments of splendor, and then a couple of other things. So really, for me, I'm after that LI experience, and I'm after those figments of splendor, because you have a cap of 10,000 figments of splendor, and these are giving 500 each in this case. So that's like 1,000 right there. If you're running multiple characters through, that can really like stack up really fast, which is fantastic, especially if you're trying to go and buy like some fantastic things from like the Myrtle Mint or Filbert Fig or Rowan Raspberry, or from the Curator. All of those are sell things for those figments of splendor. So it's really nice to kind of stock up on them during the festival, go buy everything that you want from those vendors, stock up again, and then you're ready for the next time one of those vendors swaps in or out. So, all right, so let us go to, let's go to the house real quick. And actually we'll just go to the housing panel, and I want to go to my Wellforth Way house. I'm going to go to that one. So we're going to travel there, because that's the one that I'm working on decorating up so that it has like kind of like a half of a bar food kind of area, the eating and drinking space, and then like the sitting and hanging out space. So actually, my yard is so big that I'm just gonna mount up on the fireworks laden goat because it's a very cute goat. Oh, it's so funny. I have put the skybox in here for. Oh, I'll double check. Let's just check here real quick. So it's snowing, and I'm like, maybe that's not what I'm looking for right now. It is the ambient environment for forest shell. That's why it's snowing, but it's because at night you can get the lights, and that's really cool. So all right, we'll leave it there for now and just kind of ignore the snow. I mean, I guess unless you're in a place in the world where you're getting snow right now, in which case you're like, yeah, it's like home. I think, what was it, Finland had snow recently? I was like, whoa, because we have not had temperatures below freezing since the beginning of the month for sure. It's gotten cold, like down to like 5 or 3, but not any colder than that. So I was thinking I would put that bar somewhere in here, but I think I've used up almost all the hooks in this area. So I might have to remove one of these feasting tables or something, unless I can find an unused hook somewhere else. So, hey, Epic Games TV, good morning. Yeah, I feel there just isn't enough hooks in this building. I know, that's how I feel. I really feel that way. I need more hooks. Oh, I'm not doing much in this room. I'll just, you know what? Bilbo doesn't need to have a breakfast table in here. He'll be fine without it. Okay, so where did that end up? Oh, it's over there. We're gonna push that, I think. Let's hope that went out this way. Nope, it went the other way. There it is. And maybe how do we want this? I think I want it maybe like this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I want to do this. Or do I do it like at a jaunty angle like I have everything else in this part of the room? Because, why not? We've been in a jaunty mood when arranging the furniture in this room, I think. That's not too bad, huh? What do we think? Let's take a look at that. Oh, you used a wall hook for the bar. Oh. I used all my wall hooks in this room already, though, too. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, we're just going to keep going with this weirdo diagonal angle thing I've got going on and just, like, funnel people this way. I think actually, this banner might need to go. It is a little bit visually impeding, but on the other hand, it is kind of cute. So, I don't know. I'll have to decide on that one. I still need a rug in here. Like, I still haven't decided. And I pulled up the stuff over on Deco de Mieux's website the other day, and I was like, I still don't know what I want. So, yeah, I have it. The room is as it is at this time. Yes. What's a jaunt like this doing with a hobbit like me? Lots of jaunting. Or what's a hobbit like you doing in a jaunt like that? So, all right. I am going to get on with this festival business. So we can go and do the gifts chain. I think I'm actually in the middle of it. Tillian. Officially confirmed, the Green Dragon is a pole dancing bar. German translation of that bar is strange, which would retranslate as pole. That is funny. Okay, I need to deliver a shield to Ormer in Freren's Court. So let's get ourselves over to Thornsell. Oh, actually, before we do that, I have only got 2 days left on my Wenda VIP subscriber buffs. So we're going to go have a little chat down here and watch the sky change away from my snowy climb. Oh, it's taking its time. There it goes.
Will you give me a moment of your time,
and
friend?
We got our Wenda goodies.
How can I be of service?
So there's the subscribers jug. Oh, I forgot to put the table away. Oh well, no worries. I'll just carry this table around in my pocket. It'll be fine. No big deal. All right, there we go. Is that the finished bingo hat rack? Epic Games asks. Probably not. I have had the finished bingo hat rack, and the thing is ridiculously covered, like, in hats. Like, you can't even see the rack anymore. It's crazy cakes. You're like, I don't even know how the thing is still standing. So I found that that one wasn't as visually interesting to me as some of the earlier ones. So it is unlikely that that's the finished one. I do have the finished one probably over on Evernight. That's probably where that one's sitting. So,
Come and stay a moment.
yeah, that's probably not the finished one. We could go take a look at it, though, in a second. Actually, we could go take a look real quick right now. Premium House. Oh, this backpack? Yeah, that one had only 2. Yeah, so it's definitely not the finished one. I really want the backpack. The backpack that I'm wearing, I've dyed it. I can guarantee it. Oh, the bingo backpack. I mean, I can't remember what the bingo backpack looks like anymore. It's been long enough since I finished the bingo series on any character that I can't remember. I do remember that I liked some of the stuff you could get at the end. Yeah, so this is only the Bree land one. So yeah, there's only 2 hats on that one. Yeah, and then I've got the Shire one where it's just got his hat. So my idea was that this is like where people are hanging their coats and they're hanging their hats and stuff. So I wanted it to be a space where, like, it looked inviting, where people could hang their hats here still. There was still space for them, for guests to hang all their stuff. Does the Green Dragon Keg have any other destinations than the Green Dragon Inn? Nope. That appears to be the only place that it takes you, is just straight to the Green Dragon Inn inside the doorway. So you're inside the Green Dragon Inn, and it's it does give you that 5-minute like thing where the room sways back and forth, and it would probably do your screen funny too. But I've gone ahead and turned off post-processing effects because I find that, one, it doesn't really add to the game for me. Most of the time when to get that drunk effect, I don't enjoy that. And then the other thing is that when I'm streaming, I want people to be able to see what's going on. And so I've basically just turned off that post-processing effect, which unfortunately takes away all the post-processing effects. I wish I could just turn off the drunk part. That would be all right with me, but you have to turn it all off. It's all or nothing. The dragon fireplace is really nice also. Yeah, that's true. I should make sure I have a couple of those because those are really cool. All right, we're going to go down to Lalia's Market because we're going to go give a pint of ale to Roger Hazeltwig, and he's right by there, so that'll be really handy to go and check that fireplace. Oh, I know what it was. I know what it was. Last week we were doing this, and I found that I did not have a plethora of these Anniversary Festival tokens, and I haven't really been in the festival a lot this year, so I don't have a lot of extra tokens because I haven't been running the festival every day. And so I went over and I checked on Adamantia, which was my main character on the server, but I appear to have spent down most of her tokens too. So let's see if we've got the. Let's just go ahead and grab the, not the Moria mirror. Let's see, is it the fire? Okay, so the fireplace of the Dragon's Hoard is a wall item, but the fire pit of the Dragon's Hoard is a furniture or yard item or mobile yard. So that's the one I want. So I'm going to grab one of those because those are fantastic. I love those. Yeah, when they came out with that, a few years ago, I was like over the moon that's so cool. So we'll, I'll take that over to the house. We'll show you that here in a second. Okay, so we have a pint of ale to give over to Roger. But also, we could go ahead and do this one while we're right here.
Would you do something for
Oh,
me?
actually, you know what? We're going to pop over to the front gate of Bree, and we'll go up and we'll talk to the dudes up there. So, let's see. The fireplace, bar, and keg from the anniversary event are my favorites. Yeah, the bar is really cute. I saw somebody recently, they had taken that bar, because I don't know if you just saw that when I was moving it, but it was a single straight piece. And they had gotten a pair of other bar pieces, which I'm not sure where they came from, and added them on. So it made an L shape, and it was the same pattern and everything. So I just have to look into where that came from. but it was really cool. It blended all together. It looked like it was meant to be. It probably was. I mean,
Hello
the people who
there.
designed this.
Might I speak with you a moment?
So it was really cool. I was like, that was some really nice touches that those people had done. So I'm like, well, am I gonna go and do that much with mine or not? Oh, here we go. An ideal place, ideal location for some fireworks. So let's let off some fireworks to let people know, hey, there is a fireworks event happening. Where's the? Oh, there it is. Oh, the fireworks show. Yes, I will hurry there once I finish with my tasks. I love that there's like always an NPC nearby reacting to us doing the fireworks. I think that's so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and go do the horse race, because that counts towards a festival activity. So we're gonna knock that out. One hopes. We could do the full game quest of
Hello,
yips.
friend.
We could do the
Could
full
you help
gifts
me with
quest
something?
chains today, though, if we want to. It's also a weird week because in the Netherlands, where we live, the kids are on a break right now. They're having a 2-week school break. It's what they call it, spring vakantie, or I forget what the name of it is. But basically, it's they get holidays spaced out kind of evenly throughout the year, and so this is the springtime one. And so they've got, I think, 2 weeks off right now. But in our, we're taking Dutch lessons again, and for some reason our school is only off for 1 week. I don't know why they don't do 2. But we have this week off. So there's like a couple of mornings that were normally very taken up with other things that are currently a little bit more free, which was nice. More time to play the Planet Crafter.
Greetings,
Cool.
friend.
All right, we successfully completed the Bree Fields anniversary run. All right, let's pop back into Bree. Speaking of, so I'm trying to remember. Yeah, there aren't any other quests here at this time for the Harvest Festival and other stuff. Sometimes if they don't have like a hub of stuff going on here, sometimes there'll be a couple other people doing things around here, and they send you off for stuff. This guy does the pie eating contest. That's often there. But the other stuff kind of comes and goes depending on which festival it is and what's going on. So, okay, and then we're going to keep going through here. And then let's look at the map real quick. So, yeah, I did the fireworks in that first place. So now we're looking for the next one. Oh, yeah, it's worth 2 tokens doing the horse race. So that's that's also a nice perk. Oh, hey, I see a letter. Let's go ahead and grab that. Whoa, let's just jump right over. Ah, crazy Hobbit driving. There we go. So we'll grab that because we're looking for those anyway. And I see another one. Now, sometimes there's a place to, oh, that was funny. Sometimes there's a place to let off fireworks right here on the stage, but it's not there right now. So basically there's like little hubs of spots where you're letting off fireworks. And so when you let off fireworks in one of the spots within that zone, it counts for that zone. So on the map, there's kind of like 7 zones. You just have to do 6 of them. So like there's one zone kind of there where we did at the beginning. There's one here-ish, but it kind of overlaps with this one. Which comes all the way down to that woman's house. Then there's one by the boar fountain. There's one by the mayor's office. There's one where those guys are talking, and then down by the front gate. So, so we'll take a look at. So this zone basically is like either on top of the stage, or I think there might be one out in this area. But then one of them is right here in front of this lady's house. So the townsperson who's standing right there. So we let off the firework, and then she reacts. So, oh, thank you for the reminder. I will see you at the show tonight. So, yeah, so that's who reacts to that one if you do that one there. If you do it on the stage, one of the folks in the audience reacts. Okay, and then the next one Okay, so if you look at our map, you see how that zone is clear. This zone is not clear to me, like what exactly. Sometimes I catch it and sometimes I don't. Anyway, so the the fireworks by the boar fountain. Blah, blah, blah. Say that 5 times fast, huh? This one counts for this zone here. All right. Oh, the cat's eating. I was like, what's that noise? Let me go ahead and give the drink to Roger.
Hello there.
And he emotes, and he's like, oh, that's so tasty. Rodolph makes the best stuff. And then he has a bracelet for us to take to Gale Catchpool over in Combe, so we will consider doing that in a moment. But we're not going to rush over there right now. We got envelopes to collect and fireworks to do. So you see, we're still going south to do the next set of fireworks. I'm not going to worry about that one. Oh, I can go get that one. That one's easy. On the tree. So I'm picking up these letters because those are the letters where the guy was sending off festival invitations and like the wind came up and blew them all over the place. Oops, yellow. And so he's like, hey, can you go and collect them for me? And so we need to find 6 to give back to him. Now in this zone, one of the locations is here, right by these people, and then Tad reacts. There's sometimes one over here. Here we go. Who reacts? Not the town's guard. He's not always here. Who's going to react? Oh, the Watcher, of course. If this weather is suitable, I'll be sure to see the fireworks show in Bree. So that captures this zone here. We'll run past the town guard. So if you pop into this little garden here, hey, you can find people on horses. They're not normally there. There's often a letter in this little group of bushes around that tree. And then there could be a fireworks spot in this area. And these guys react and they'll be like, oh, that's a great idea. I should go check that out. Or, the one right there. And who reacts to that one? Is it that guy? No, well, let's find out. I think it might be one of these people over here. I remember. Nope. Who's reacting? Oh, I think somebody. I think the one behind there says, watching a fireworks performance sounds like a great way to pass the time. That's so funny. So that took care of this zone. So we just have 2 zones left, you see, and we only have 1 fireworks left to do. Inspect the ground at ideal locations for fireworks demonstrations. So we can often find one down here, kind of in the middle of this area, or it can be over here by the by these crafters. I think this forge master, does she react? No, I think the guy at the table. There we go. Is it that time of year already? I should visit the fireworks show before the festival is over. What did you do there, Casper? Did you bump that glass table? I'll bet you did. And now they're all gone because we did what we needed to do for that one. So what I often do is I'll pick up that quest from the Hobbits and then go through town and pick up letters and stuff along the way, because I wasn't counting, but I can guarantee I've picked up more than 6. And we only need 6 invitations. However, it could be that we get things that are not invitations. So it's good to have a few extras, because you might get an unwanted letter. You might get some festival tokens. That's always nice. You might get the toast emote, which is bound to account. So if you have any other characters, you can give it to them if you've already got it. Oops, I don't want to run to you. I want to open my letters first. Okay, so let's open these up. See what I got. Okay, got a festival invitation. And another one. Got an anniversary token. That's nice. Festival invitation, so we're at 3 out of 4. 3 out of the 4 envelopes were the 4 out of 5. I got War Steed Cosmetics set, the Reveler's Gilded Appearance. I can't remember if I have that on this character or not. We can double check. I got an unwanted message. I can sell that for like a copper. No, for a silver, I think. Yeah, it's worth a silver. And there we go. That was number 6. So we turn that in, and that's also worth another 2 festival tokens. Let me check. Now, the funny thing is, I can never remember how to get to my war steed stuff. I don't think that's it. No, that's the war. Without actually like getting on my war steed, which is really kind of funny. But we could just do that. So let me get on my war steed for a second. And then I can go into the panel, and I'm going to go to my appearance. And what did we just get? We said it was the Revelers Gilded. So let's see if we have Revelers. Oh, do we not? Ooh. Well, let's open it up. So there we go. Now we do have it. Cool. Well, then that was exciting. I'm glad we didn't have that previously. I've currently got all that stuff on my war steed. That's a cool look. Okay, so let's get off this war mount because I don't think I'm going to run through here. Okay, Ginger says you have to get the war steed out to look at it, you think. Okay. I could have sworn there might be a way to get to it. Maybe if you have something like pinned, maybe there's a way to do it. I don't know. Okay, so we don't want to get back on the war steed. So we'll just get on the ice flower steed for now because I have that one handy. And now we're going to ride over to Combe and turn in the bracelet that he wanted us to give to Gale Catchpool. Or is that her last name? Where is it? Well, now, it's hidden behind stuff. Anyway, we're going to go run over and give her the bracelet. Catchpole. I was so close. But we could have, as a hunter especially, teleported to Mickle Delving, ridden over to the Stable Master, and taken swift travel to Combe, and we would have gotten here actually faster than just riding over, which is pretty funny. But that's okay. This way you got to see the scenic route through a lovely, lovely countryside.
What do you need?
All right, so now we hand off our bracelet to Gale, and she's like, hey, I've got some pastries to give to Mr. Underhill, Constable Underhill, on top of the hill. Constable Underhill over the hill.
A lovely day, isn't it?
And he also emotes. He's like, oh, that's delicious. And then he's like, hey, I have this wooden carving that I would love to give back to my friend Esmeralda Burrows back in Mickle Delving. Would you be so kind? And we're like, yeah, sure. We would love to take a trip over to Mickle Delving and drop that off. So while we're waiting on that, let's take a look at our silver Hobbit present. Open silver. Hi-ho. For free. Where did it go? Oh, maybe it didn't. There we go. I got a minor potion of power and 50 virtue experience. Okay. Not too bad. All right, so we're going to pop over here to the Bird and Baby Inn because that's where we need to find Esmeralda Burrows. And she's the same one that if you're doing the, if you do the Bingo Boffin quest chain, she's the same one that you bring the apples. You set the apples down there by her. See? Oh, I've already done it. So that's why you can see the apples there. And she is like, what is going on?
How do you do?
And she's like, oh, I'm so happy I could dance. But then she doesn't. I don't understand.
Hello there. Might I speak
all right,
with
and
you
then she has a hammer for us to go give to her friend Dudo Chubb back in Hobbiton, where we started this whole chain a couple of days ago. But hey, before we do that, actually, I'm gonna teleport to my house, or actually, I'm gonna teleport to the kin house and come out. And that's actually a really nice fast way to get to the horse race in the Shire. So I'm gonna do that. Sorry, excuse me. So, yeah, so there's the kin house. Ooh, look at that. That is a nice barn. Or, yeah, Hobbit barn. Ooh, it's a nice barn. Let's get that out of the way. All right, so let's head out. Oops. Out we go. Oh, I just had my mouse off to the side. That's what the problem was. It's like, why are things going so weird? So we'll go do the Hobbit, well, the Shire horse race too. We'll be fine. This will be fine. We'll be great. So that one's just like, I was just at the homesteads and here we are just around the corner. It's like even faster to get here than it is from Mickle Delving. So that's the fastest way. So if you have like a Shire house, that's the fastest way to get here. Another way you could get here quickly is by talking to the stable master in Mickle Delving, because he has swift travel to here. It costs you like 5 silver, but whatever. As long as you like have been questing for a while, you'll probably have a spare 5 silver. Whoa! Okay, we made it. Well, yeah, and I think was it last week? Somebody was saying that the Shire race is a little bit more forgiving in that if you fall off one of the posts, one of the bridges there into the water and get that, you know, your steed is slowed by a sticky mire or whatever, that you still have a chance at winning, winning the race. Whereas if that happens in Bree, it is not so forgiving and you have a less of a chance of succeeding. So I knew that the races feel different, but it hadn't occurred to me that this one was easier. So it's been long enough that, because I remember when I first started playing LOTRO, I really struggled with these horse races. I would never succeed on those. But now that I've kind of got the knack of it, I kind of like know where to jump and when to jump and all of that stuff. I've kind of got the rhythm of it. I succeed at it more often than not. In fact, most of the time, I would say I succeed at it. So that's really nice. But I do remember there was a time when I couldn't do either of them. Sorry. And then there was a point where I was like succeeding at one regularly, but not on the other one yet. Sandy says I've won at both places after falling off one bridge. Nice. I can't say whether I have or not. I don't recall anymore, actually. But, hey, I have a new hammer for you, mister. Woohoo, what a great surprise this is. A craftsman is only as good as his tools, they say. So, today is Tuesday, and that quest chain of giving out gifts like that resets, I believe, on Mondays and Thursdays. Although, I was already in the middle of it. Oh yeah, because if you're in the middle of it, it doesn't reset the others, I think. So, yeah. So then if I wanted to do any part of that chain again, I would need to basically wait until Thursday after the reset. So it won't be available to me, for example, tomorrow on Wednesday. But yeah. So now I have actually managed to complete the wrapper. I have done at least 7 things. So we're going to go ahead and go turn this in. And I was thinking we could do the festival, which is it? The instance. We could run through that too. So you guys can see what that looks like if you haven't seen it, or if you want some like refresher on how to get through that. All right, so we finished that off. No wrapper for me today. But we can go back to Bree also and turn in the one to the Hobbits at the Bree Fireworks Show area. Oh, another one you can do, but it's harder, is here in the Shire. If you go basically directly south of where I was, there's the Methyl stage. And there's a whole bunch of fireworks lined up there. So what you do is you talk to the quest giver, and then when he says go, you light off as many fireworks as you can during the duration of the event, which is like a couple of minutes. And if you collectively, as a group, everybody who is participating, lets off enough fireworks, and there's nobody, I don't know what that metric is, but if you do it, then you succeed. However, one and two persons are generally not enough to do it. 3 people, sometimes you can succeed. 4 or more is generally what you're looking for. So I have found that if you show up there and there's nobody else there, it's not worth hanging about. But it's really cool because on Fridays when we have Green Dragon Friday, sometimes, you know, somebody will be like, hey, I would really like to go do that. Let's go over to the fireworks. And so you'll be able to get a round or 2 in sometimes, just in the time. Because like what will often happen is we'll get there, you know, we'll get up there, we'll take the quest, we'll do it, we'll light off enough fireworks, hooray, we succeeded, we've, you know, made the quest, and then we move on, and we step aside, and, you know, we get to chatting, and while everybody's chatting, a lot of times the quest will then come back around. So we just go ahead and do it again. I'm like, I see smoke. I'm like, what am I seeing? There's smoke coming out of these chimneys. How funny. Let's see. Now I can kind of see it a little better. Yeah, there's smoke coming out of those chimneys. And I was like, what? I hadn't noticed that quite before. Oh my gosh, I'm so used to having a jetpack now. Yo! Hey, I made it onto the roof though, that's cool. Was not expecting to actually make that jump. Because I forgot. I don't have a jetpack. Let's see. There we go. Well, now you can't see the smoke out of the chimney. Did they just like stop cooking? In the game it says noon. It says it's noon. Oh well. Maybe you have to be far away in order to see it. And jump back down. I wonder if we go back up, will we be able to see it again? Come on, jump, pony, jump. Okay, we'll go around. What speed is that mount is the question in the chat. It's probably 78%. It's the highest you can go. That's not a war steed. Where does it say? Because I have, oh, what's it called? Yeah, because I have journeyman riding, and that brings it up to 78%. So the normal is, I think, 63%. Somewhere in that range, 64. But yeah, when you have journeyman riding, it adds that extra speed, which is kind of handy. Okay, so I was kind of hanging about here for a second because I wanted to check the time, and then I got distracted by the chimneys. But today, currently it's noon in the game, and in 6 minutes it goes to afternoon, and it'll still be a while before we get to nighttime in the game. Because if it was nighttime, we could do the festival fireworks display thing. But it is not coming up anytime soon, so we might as well not even worry about it. Egg Arthur says a bot mount is 62%. Some barterable mounts are 68%. And then if you have journeyman riding, it bumps it all. I'm pretty sure it bumps all of them then, doesn't it? Up to the 78%. I'm actually kind of curious. Does it show me in my mounts panel? Do they all say 78? Oh, it won't even show me there. I have to have it out of the panel. How funny. Okay. Egg Arthur says, yes, all of them, unless you've suppressed it by using Smell the Roses. So Smell the Roses is this ability that you get when you get journeyman riding. You get like a package of things, which includes the riding trait, apprentice riding, and then journeyman riding, which supersedes it, and then Smell the Roses. And what Smell the Roses does is it looks like that. It looks like kind of a fluffy rose. And this says, this skill suppresses all mount speed buffs on your character, including those from the apprentice and journeyman riding skills. Any buff duration suppressed by the skill will continue to run while suppressed. So basically the idea is, like we have run into this before, where before and I both have journeyman riding, so we're riding along at 78%, but maybe we're with somebody who doesn't have that, and so they're riding along at like 62% or 68%. And so over time, if we're following, you know, we end up further and further and further and further ahead, and then at some point we end up kind of like separated. So what we'll do is we'll use Smell the Roses. That puts our speed, our mount speed, at the same as our friends, and that works better. So, okay, so we don't need to do any other festival quests in order to accomplish today's wrapper. We've already done that, so everything from here on out are bonus tokens. Hooray for that. So let's go ahead and do the instance finder. So I'm going to just collapse all of that because it makes it a lot easier and a lot faster for me to be able to find the seasonal and the anniversary, and that's what we want to do. Now, I just want to run through this. I really don't have an interest in going for like tokens or anything here. So, I mean, not tokens, for, I'm not looking for a challenge. I'm not looking to work on the encounters, that deed. I think I've already finished it. So really, I just want to run through and get the tokens at the end. So I'm going to launch this at a size 1 person, so because I am 1 hobbit. And I'm going to do this at level 10, which is the lowest you could possibly choose. All right, so we launched that. So a flurry of fireworks. What a perfect evening for a fireworks celebration. Gandalf the Grey wishes to launch a grand fireworks display for the folks of Breetown. So level 10, tier 1, because that's all you can do on this one. You can, tier 1 is the only tier you have options to. And I'm running it as I solo, and if I get any marks, I get 1% of what I would, of the value of the marks. So I'm unlikely to get much by way of marks. And that is totally fine. Hello. So here's Gandalf, and he's like, "Howie, howie, let's do the thing." I'm glad you've come to assist with this evening's fireworks display. It will be well attended, for many have come to Breetown to view tonight's marvelous celebration. We must not disappoint them. Now, let us now carefully set up the fireworks display. We must be both careful and quick, for the sun is setting. Do not worry, you will not be alone in your endeavors this evening. I have requested additional assistance from our many friends. Now then, let's begin. So that's the main quest. Now he has a secondary quest that you can do once per day. And this is the Sparkling Sparklers, where basically we go and give fire on sticks to children. Because what child doesn't love to play with fire on a stick? Sparklers. We're giving them sparklers. Now, you'll notice that this takes place in that same area we were just hanging around in. So, you know, like the fireworks display and all of that is being set up here in the game. That's where, you know, the Took and the Brandy Buck were standing. But we're going to end up there, and because this is an instance, there's a few things that have changed, one of which is there's an invisible wall. So I try to make sure I talk to all the children before I head out, because before I head up the hill, because you end the instance up there, and if you needed to come back to give more sparklers to children, you have to come all the way back down. You can't just hop down like you can normally if in landscape. So I try to go out of my way to like catch as many of these guys as possible before I get too far in. So you know what? There's one more right around the corner. We'll just go down here, and then we'll come back. Oops, we'll come back up for the fireworks, because we got to click on those fireworks next to Gandalf. We haven't done that yet, so we got to do that. Hey, Scagosi. Scagosi says, "Good evening, Little Red and B4." Well, good evening to you as well. It has been a beautiful day today. It was like jacket weather as I was leaving this morning, but man, by the time I came home, it was definitely not jacket weather anymore. All right, he says, "Follow me." Okay. So who is this? So these are all people that Anandur. These are all people that we have encountered in the game at various points for something. So these hobbits will actually, they kind of like, as you see there, he's kind of stunned me. Hey, stop. Megavanen. Oh, is there a child to give sparklers to? Oh, no, it's still a noisy hobbit. Or nosy hobbit, excuse me. All right, we've scolded the nosy hobbit. But I don't want nosy hobbits. I want children who want sparklers. There's one. There's 12 children altogether that we're looking for. So that's 9. So we have 3 more. And I know that 2 of them are up the hill. So really, I'm only looking for 1 more. And wouldn't you know, this nosy hobbit is right by this child. So we'll try and see if we can scold her before she... Nope. We were caught by her conversation and we're unable to further on our quest. Okay, good. So it's unlike the perfect picnic where if you don't like talk to the hobbits, you can just keep on rolling. But in this one, you have to stop and deal with them. All right, cool. So got rid of those guys, and he says thank you for assistance in setting up this fireworks celebration. And we hit the flag. And now we've set some fireworks here, but now I got to run back down to Gandalf. And he's got some more crates for us to pick up that he's brought along with his horse or pony. And we have Flick. I never thought we would meet again, and such a distance from the deep descent. Indeed. All right, so, well, we would follow him up the hill, but I actually want to go talk to some children first. I'm going to pop up here and sell these children. Give them some sparklers from Gandalf. And there should be 1 more right here. So you can see why I wanted to do them before I come up the hill, because we are going to continue with Flick here. Do you remember that time I almost became Goblin Stew? Conveniently, there are some goblins here to remind us what that would be like. But we got rid of them, so no big deal. There we go. All right, there was a noise complaint, but we have resolved it. Thank you for your help. All right, we click on this banner. And some more fireworks get set out. And here's Gandalf with the crate for us to get some more. Now, this is as far as he's going to bring the cart. But we're going to take these up the hill and get them sorted out while we head along with Gwyn, what's his name again? Gwyn Kerhonen from, I just forgot the region name. It's not Rohan, it's before that. It's the area where you run, you find, oh, I'll just leave it in case you haven't seen it. But we run into this guy previously, and he runs into those guys. These boogans. Great River. No, it's, what's the, Dunland. I'm thinking Dunland. Dunland of the Fantastic Cosmetics. Those tricky boogans look like me. Oh, so he got a bit carried away and he's let off a fuse early. So what happens is we've got these lit fuses that we have to take out as if they were enemies. They reignite a few times, but then we managed to take them out. Hurrah. And then we hit the banner. Oh, Enedwaith. Yeah, maybe Enedwaith? I was thinking Dunland, but maybe you're right. Maybe it is Enedwaith. All right, so the fireworks display is ready to launch. And they're already getting a few that are launching on their own. So we run back down to Gandalf. And remember where he's like, I'm not taking this any further. So we have to run back to him. And he says, well done, let the celebration commence. So now the fireworks are going to go off all over the place. Da, 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 da. So, what you want to do before you talk to Gandalf again is click on the fireworks chest, because that's where your festivity tokens are located. Those are the special ones that you can only get in festival instances. So you'll want to make sure you get that because all of this work would be for naught if you don't. And that then finishes the instance. So if you'd finished it and then you leave and you're like, oh, I forgot to grab my tokens, they're probably gone. Oh, you can't spell. It's okay, Ginger, I knew what you meant. Sorry. My goodness, I've got the yawnies. Sorry. My apologies. So, because I was thinking, so once you head out, I just had it, to Misty Mountains, Eriador. I was thinking Dunland. I was thinking they were out here. Wait, no, that's a different group. Hey, right, maybe it is Endwaith for those guys. Let's see, there's Endwaith. Yeah. Where is it? You're right. I think maybe you're right. And then there's that like little village that you go to over and over and over again. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is Endwaith because it's Mar Tal Tulhau. Because there's a daily that you can do over there, and when you finish it, if you do it, there's like a hidden deed, and then you get like a little cute housing item if you finish it. So, which we have done. I think we did. Oh, actually, we haven't done it on these characters. Now that I think about it, we did it over on Treebird. Okay, so that's what the instance looks like. Now you can run it. Actually, I was gonna say, I was thinking I would go through and run it on a group 2 and then a group 6. Do you want any free tokens?
Sure.
Over on Lorelyn. Okay. Well, if you change your mind, I'll still do the tier 6, the group 6. All right. Oops, I didn't mean to run. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this again by myself. Instance finder and anniversary, and I'm gonna do it as if I'm 2 people, but I'm still only gonna do it at level 10. And there we go. So level 10, tier 1, size duo. Trouble now. The reason I'm doing this is because the festivity tokens are locked behind a raid lock. So technically this is like a raid. So for example, if you go to your raid locks, it says right there, festivals chest, fireworks chest. But annoyingly, it doesn't tell you which one. But basically for this instance, there are 3 raid locks that you can have. One is at the tier 1, level 1. I'm pretty sure the other one is at group 2 or 3. We'll find out if I messed up. And then the other one is at group size 6. So I've done the solo one. So now I think duo and small fellowship maybe share. You know what? I might have done this wrong. We'll find out. The good news is, well, I don't know if you want to call it good news, but we won't be assisting children because that one, again, is just once per day. And we've already gotten that one, so no more for us. And we gotta deal with nosy hobbits. And you'll notice we have more enemies to defeat because they assume that there are more of us. I wonder if I can just run past her. Like just sneak through the field. That seemed to work out all right. There we go, that should take them all out. The volunteer must finish their task. Yeah, there he is. Cool. Well, the good news then, yeah, because we're not running around giving fireworks to children, we'll go through this a lot faster. So if I have chosen the size that shares the chest, so because there's 4 sizes you could do it at. Solo, duo, small fellowship, which is 3 people, and large fellowship, which is 6 people. 2 of those share a lock, and I can't ever remember if it's 2 and 3 or 1 and 2. So once I figured it out, I put it on the wiki. So LOTRO wiki has this information, even if I don't have it in my head. Come on, Pangale. Checking every chest again for that sword. Does not surprise me. That's Pangale from the Lone Lands. You may recognize him. Agarther says, for Red Maid, I think duo and 3-man shared a lock. Yeah, that's probably why I'm running this, thinking that. They're not the same. Hey, we got a ruffian hermit this time. Demands answers. Oh, he's here to complain about the noise. Sure. You have resolved the noise complaint. So Red Maid is the one that they run for the Spring Festival. So there's 4 different festivals now that have have these festival instances. So that's kind of fun. Just like Lalia says, this will be fun. So what you're trying to do in this instance, in order to get the deed for that goes with this instance, the encounters is basically the helpers. So, for example, I have now seen Pangale, I've seen Lalia, you know, we saw, so you have to see each one of the different helpers, and there's like 6 different helper options. But again, I'm not doing this on level, I'm doing this way under level, in fact. So whatever helpers I encounter would not count toward the deed, because it's too far under level. But that's okay. I've either already done the deed, or I'm not too worried about it. Oh my, she's let off the thing. Alright, so now we gotta shoot the fuses. Or if you were a melee person, you'd go, you know, hit them. Whatever works for you. Oops, I should have saved that. So last time we had like 2 rounds of reigniting. This time I think we had 3. It's even more for 6. I'll have to actually pay attention. Alright, and then it gets dark. And the fireworks are getting ready to start. So we go back and talk to Gandalf. Hello, Biggie. And there he is. So you'll notice he doesn't have the chest yet, so we have to talk to him once. And then the chest shows up. Okay, cool. I chose correctly. There's my festivity tokens, which means 2 and 3 are the ones that share the chest lock for this instance. So it is the same as Red Maid. That's cool. So you run it by yourself, you run it with other people, a small group, or run it by yourself with a larger group. So now, yeah, so if I were to look at my raid locks now, you see there's 2 of them there. So I will run this one more time. Instance finder, it's right there. We're doing it as a size 6. And again, I'm going to do it at level 10. Because this is how I get my festivity tokens. So I can buy all the cool stuff. So for a lot of the festivals, well, I'll show you guys this after I run through this. So let's see, who do we get today? I like how they've got like all these people just kind of lazing about, you know, waiting for the fireworks and stuff to start. So that's kind of fun. Let us begin. Oh my gosh, we have so many nosy hobbits. Oh, I wonder if they don't stun him, they just stun me. Hail, Hobbit. Oh, nope, they stun him. He gets distracted by wanting to talk to them. Oh, I see. Well, alright. Dude, you could fight. He's just gonna stand there and be sad. I got you. It's okay. There's a lot of fireworks. Have you not got some dangerous? Hello, where are you going? Oh, she got me. Hail, Hobbit. Do you think the weather will hold out for the celebration? Are you setting up for the fireworks celebration? Working on thwarting these folks. There we go. Uh-oh. Hopefully we didn't get stunned before we get to these guys. That's fine. That worked out just fine. because I wasn't expecting him to help me with that battle. So that's all right. All right, so I got to run back down the hill, talk to Gandalf. Well, pick up some more fireworks out of his crate. Out of these crates. Another helper will be arriving in a moment. It's Flick. Hello, Flick. Good job making your way out of the deep descent. Let's go. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Now, they introduced this instance, I don't know, 2 years ago, I think it was. I think it's the most recent of the group. What's Flick doing? Where is he? Oh, there he is. You think from all the up and down they do in Moria that he'd like be a little faster. There we go. Come on, we got it. You're good. Oh, fine. We'll just follow you. I also made my father proud that day in returning safe and sound. Good job. I'm here to complain about all the noise. Who is this man? That's funny. You know, I always go through that so fast. I wonder if there'd be more dialogue if I like went slower. I don't think I'll worry about it. But it's kind of funny. Time to work. This way. Are you sure, Pegale? Oh, that's Rob Thornley. Okay. We're not far from my farm. You should visit again sometime. So I think we've seen almost all of them just running through here. Running through these instances 3 times. The helper's tails are preventing you from setting up fireworks. I think that's a little late. Come on. Let's get those guys. This one, they're not all within range, so you're, at first, so you have to do them in groups almost. There we go. Awesome. Now, Rob's going to go and set off some fireworks up here. By mistake. Oops. So, we're going to set some traps. At least that's my plan, yeah. To catch some of these fireworks to make it a little easier for me to deal with this. Since there's enough fireworks to put out for 6 people and I am but 1. Luckily I can shoot pretty fast. Here, we'll do this one. I should take care of all of them. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Hurrah. Because they're coming out basically on their way to the fireworks crates, like out here. I don't know. I can't remember what happens if you do you like fail. I forget what happens. You might have to start over. All right, and then we run back down the hill. So you can see how this one has like a little bit of like a cute storyline going on. Nothing too heavy, but there is some combat. It's not just all talky. All right, and the last one. Aha, there we go. Awesome. So I don't know actually when they started putting, creating instances that were like connected to festivals, because it wasn't as fleshed out before as it is now, for example. So basically there's this category, seasonal here. And if you look at it, there's now 4 entries: Anniversary, Farmer's Fair, Spring, and Yule. And I remember Bee's Big Business is also pretty new in spring. So I think there was Farmer's Fair, which was summer, and then there was Yule. So I think there was summer and winter, basically. They were just those 2. And then they had the Summer of the Perfect Picnic's been around for as long as I can remember. So that's been around for a little while. Boss from the Vault's Thrang, I think, has also been around for a while. And then Yule Storvagon, I think, has been around for a while. The Boss from the Vault's there. And the Battle at Frostbluff, I'm not sure if that's newer or was new when I first started playing, but it's been around for a while. So, and then they've kind of followed. So what it was is they have this pattern here, as you might be able to see, that they have a boss from the vaults, which is like something you've encountered in the past, probably. For example, Thrang. If you went down to do the Rift of Ner'zgashu, was in the level 50 range. Or like in the Yule Festival, there was a boss from the vaults, Storvagen. He's the giant wing. If you're doing those three pieces, the giant wing, the spider wing, and the dragon wing, is that right? And then you unlock the big dragon that you get to go and fight as like a 24-man raid. That one's fun. Anyway, so and that's also in that level 50. And when level 50 was the end game, that cluster of stuff to do. And then the second one that they have, which is named after the festival, so Yule, Battle at Frostbluff, or Summer, Perfect Picnic, because it used to be the Summer Festival. Those are a little bit more lighthearted. They're more like what we just did. So there's a little bit of combat, but it's also got a lot of like a storyline that you're following. So then the spring one showed up, and they did their boss from the vaults. There was Naruho the Red Maid that you run into in the Lone Lands in Agumar. So it's like revisiting that boss battle, and then the fun, lighthearted one is Bee's Big Business. So that one's fun, and you're going and helping some keep track of some bees while they're pollinating and stuff. It's really cute. So then Anniversary Festival, that they added this one, which is this flurry of fireworks, which I think is really funny because when I think of a flurry, I think of snowflakes. And so I think it's really funny that I think they were going for the alliteration. But anyway, but they haven't yet added on a boss from the vaults for the Anniversary Festival. So it makes me curious if they're going to continue to be adding more seasonal instances that you can do that get you these festivity tokens, because the only place you can get them and the only time you can spend them is during the festival. So it makes me wonder if there's going to be more of that in the future. I kind of hope so, because I like it, and it's kind of fun. And then there's often, like, if you do it at max level, like, right now 150 on most servers. So if you're doing it at that level, there's often something that's like a really good jewelry item or, something along those lines. Cloak, I think.
How may I help you today?
So now I think, was it her that has the... I know she does the steel tokens. Now, steel tokens you get from defeating enemies out in the world, but they've got to be like your level. I don't think it counts if they're like way below you. But this is where you can get the carrying torches, the simple carrying torches, and that's really nice. But no, I think maybe I want to talk to the games master.
Of what help may I be to you?
He has, I'm pretty sure the festivity tokens are with him. Seasonal skirmishes, that's what they call it. So with the games master, you're looking for the header seasonal skirmish rewards and then dash anniversary. So that's what you're looking for in order to spend these festivity tokens. So I currently have 20, and I'm trying to remember what I was trying to save up for. I think I got what I was looking for, because I wasn't looking for the streamers or the wall hangers, although they're very cute. Or the crate, sparklers, banner, corgi. I got the green dragon in tankard. That was one of the things I really wanted. And then I've got the hamster. So now I just need the corgi, which is 30 tokens. So I would need to do 2 more of those festival instances in order to get 10 more tokens. Because you get 5 for each time you run through it. Okay, well, that takes care of all of that. I'm trying to think of what else we could do. Oh, we could go do the beer brawl. We haven't done that. So let's, because we did both of the horse races. and we did the gifts chain. We did this quest where you chase the envelopes around. We did the thing where we give stuff, where we pick up fireworks and set them down for the hobbits. You know what though? It says it's 2 minutes till dark, or till dusk. Now the question is, does dusk count as day or night? I don't remember. So we're gonna do a little shortcut and do that. So Egg Arthur says, Farmer's Fair 2018 seems to be the first appearance of seasonal instances according to the wiki revision history. Okay, so 2018 is when things started. So that's because we started playing, well, B4 played a little bit in the very early days, but then kind of set it aside. So we've been playing together like since then, starting in January of 2019. So we came along basically in the beginning, I think. So Egg Arthur points out, though, that some folks, some end game folks, so people playing, you know, at the highest, playing at the max level of the server. So, like I said, 150 right now. So some end game folks don't like best in slot items dropping in seasonal instances. They see it as unfair to folks who don't happen to log in during the event. That's funny. Let's see. Before it says, on the other hand, players who do a lot of festivals but don't run endgame instances are locked out on a lot of other best in slot items, I imagine. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of funny that the endgame folks are. What? There was nothing. I didn't sneeze or anything. Maybe it's a dream. Kitty cat dreaming. I kind of want to pet her to calm her, to tell her she's okay, but I think if she's dreaming, she's probably fine. But yeah. I think Kato was just dreaming about something and meowed about it. So cute. That was close to the meow that she gives me when I sneeze, and then while she's sleeping, and she's like, "What? Don't do that." Anyway, I just think that's really funny that endgame players would be complaining about that, because endgame players are the people who are generally like looking at the stats in very close detail of everything that you have on your character and every choice you've made about like where to spend your points, and like in your trait trees, not even just the trait tree itself, but also if you go into the virtue traits, like which 5 you have slotted, and you know, how have you maxed those out, and all the others, you know, all this stuff. So they're very like detail oriented about all these things, and so there's often things that are put into those raids and things that you only have access to if you're max level, and so in order to kind of like, you know, it makes those characters, it makes those players then have access to things that the rest of the players generally don't. And so I just think that's funny that they're having that complaint about something else. So that's really funny. So as Egg Arthur has pointed out, dusk is still day. Gloaming, the next one, which comes in 17 minutes, is night. So you'll notice that these 2 hobbits, the young Took and the young Brandybuck, are still standing here, and his quest is will not reset for me for another 2 hours and 22 minutes. So we are out of luck for doing fireworks at this time. So we'll go to Thorin's Hall, because I'm trying to think if there's anything we've missed in terms of quests that we can do for the festival. So Epic Games TV says, what's the purpose of the dwarf candles? And Guarandiz has replied that they look really cool behind bands playing music. So I'm really kind of sad about dwarf candles in the sense that they don't last very long. I wish they lasted longer. Let me see if I can pull some out, and I'll place some down for you real quick. But they are fantastic for like music events and stuff like that. See, I would love to have them last at least, because I don't think they last more than, I don't know, like 30 seconds maybe. So let's see. Okay, so Here, we'll light up our hardened traveler over here in case somebody's trying to find him. They can search for the blue. So I'm gonna set that down. So like that's 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 10, 1,000, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, so I'm thinking they start disappearing about now. But it's so cool because you can see them from such a distance. Yeah, see, look, they're disappearing already. So they're like 30 seconds. And that's it. Like, it's kind of sad. I wish they would last. I mean, okay, it doesn't have to last for a whole song, but like half a song would be cool. Like a minute and a half. Wouldn't that be fantastic? I think that would be really cool. Now, I mean, 3 minutes would be ideal because most songs last about that long because that's about how long the dances go. So anyway, dwarf candles for that long would be really cool. Yeah. Now you can also do different colors of dwarf candles, of course. So like, for example, that was just 3 blue ones, but sometimes it can be fun. Like there's a yellow one, and let's do a red one, and like a green one. So I could do like, you know, maybe this dwarf is, he's going to perform some music, so I'll run behind him while he's like getting started and place down, like, do a little yellow. And then we'll do a little, and then I've got to wait for the cooldown. We'll do a little pink here, oh, sorry, red. And then maybe his bandmate's over here, so we'll put down a little green one. See, by the time I'm getting like to placing the next one, the first one is, I think, halfway through its cooldown. So sad. But so, yeah, so but it's kind of cool because you can see like little stripes of lights there, and that is fun. I think that's a lot of fun. But they don't last very long. Like they're already starting to disappear, which is sad. So, but yeah, that's what one of the really fun uses for the dwarf candles. I had thought when they first came out, I was like, oh my gosh, this would be so cool when you're going through like Goblin Town. You could just put down dwarf candles as you go as like breadcrumb trail, but they disappear so fast that it's not practical for that. Yeah. So to look cool. Yeah, Gordon says I get kind of tired of the zero sum mentality back here. I don't care. I'm like, I'm gonna just play and I'm gonna shoot things and I'm gonna have fun with it, and like I don't run around as anonymous. People can look at my gear anytime they want. I don't care. Yeah. So if I have access to getting something through a festival that's going to help me hit things harder or faster or, you know, make it through the battle quicker, I'm all for it. But you know what? If the best in-slot stuff stopped appearing in festivals, I would be fine with that too. It really doesn't matter to me that much. Funny thing is the Red Maid, when you do that instance, there's a chance of the cosmetic items dropping. Like there's, let me see, okay, hang a second here. There's me trying to say Dutch and English at the same time. And it doesn't go anywhere. Let's see, Vine. Yeah, okay, so this one, oh, whoops. This one, and oh, I forget what's the other one that she has. Is that a crown? Nope, not the crown. I can't remember what it's called, but there's like a third cosmetic item that, and you can buy these from the vendor, from the festivity vendor, which is in that festival. It's Verbena Greenhand, which it normally is. That's why it throws me off that it's a games master during this festival. But anyway, so these cosmetic items you can buy from the festivity token vendor, but there's a possibility that they might drop in the instance. So you might actually get them for free. So that's kind of cool. So it's things like that. I'm like, that's a great idea. Like, let me have access to the cool stuff for free. I like that. But anyway, yeah, Sandy points out that I can never remember the gloaming dusk thing. I have to check the wiki every year. And I think you or somebody mentioned that it does show on the Titan bar, which it does. It's showing me a little sun. But it doesn't show me whether it's a sun or a moon for the next one. And so that's why I'm like, it'd be cool if it did. That would be neat. So anyway, we keep not going in here. So let's go in here. This isn't as easy to do during streaming, I don't find, because I don't know how easy it is to follow along with what's going on from at home. But when the quest comes up, we'll give it a try and we'll see how it goes. Oh yes, and you do say that Titan bar does show sun or moon on the correct time period. Right, yeah, so it is showing me that it is dusk right now and it has a sun. So now that it is dusk, it's showing me that it is there. So, that's cool. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily help me to know what the next one is going to be. That's my thing. So, but yeah, Epic Games was talking about the dwarf candles. I was thinking it would be like a +1 hope buff at first. The shining light in the darkness. That's a cool idea. I like that. Yeah, I know. I feel like it's a neat thing, but it I don't know. It's like I feel like we could have. My hope is now that they aren't giving them away as Hobbit gifts anymore. So I'm hoping, and now you can buy them like during festivals. So my hope is that, let's see, we're taking the Mightiest Blow Expert.
Welcome.
All right, we'll take that.
You've come at a
My
most
hope is that
fortuitous time.
they might tweak it a little bit to make it last a little longer or something. Because yeah, the people who go to the festival or to the concerts and stuff who participate in the music and LOTRO, which I do from time to time, find using them is during concerts to be so much fun. And I do. I love going and putting them out there. So I would love to see them last a little bit longer. Oh, hey, we should put out one of our critters. So I did get this festival's merry-making hamster. So if you take a good look at that little feller there, he's got like a little set of fireworks on his back, but they're not like exploding. They're just there. They're like strapped on. There we go. He turned. So he's got like, they're kind of, oh, no, he turned back to me again. But basically there's a whole bunch of fireworks there, and then he's got like a belt around his waist, kind of holding them all in place. So I don't know if the idea is that this little hamster is going to go zooming up into the air someday, or if he's just like helping transport the fireworks from one place to another. It is unclear. And unfortunately, I don't speak hamster, so I don't know what his intent is. Okay, so currently we are waiting. More people can join while we're waiting. And then this bar fight announcer over here, above me here, he's going to tell us, just like the Stomping the Shrews announcer, will basically be like, hey, this is going to start in 1 minute. And then, there we go, 1 minute until the bar fight begins, friends. So what we're trying to do, in case this is new to you, yes, Highway Cavalier says, who doesn't love a merry-making hamster? What we're trying to do in this silly event is I have 3 objectives. 1, I need to hit somebody else 8 times, I think it is. It'll show up, it'll tell me. I think it's 8 times. It's either 8 or 10. 2, there's going to be a there's going to be a giant stein of beer hanging about on one of these 4 tables around us. So I got to run over there, drink the beer, and not, while I'm in the middle of this thing. And the third thing is I need to not get knocked out of the arena. And that would include going out over there, over there, over there, basically anywhere where it goes up, including the place behind us. If I get knocked into any of those spaces, I am out of the competition. So, whoa, uh-oh, and it all froze. Okay, I'm not out, yay. So I try to set myself so that I'm like, if I get knocked hard, I'm gonna bounce off of something, but that doesn't always work out. So I also try to stay near the middle, because if you're near the middle, you're less likely to end up at the edges. So there's that too. All right. Ooh, whoa. Now, if you get hit by 2 people at once, that can also be a problem. That can give you extra momentum that you didn't intend to have. All right, so I'm currently at 7 out of 8, so I need to hit somebody one more time. So you notice like that person and me are just basically hitting each other back and forth, and it's no big deal. So I think they were one behind. So notice how I kind of lined myself up with that thing. So now I've done 8, so I just need to grab a beer and hope that nobody knocks me out. Some people think it's really funny to hit you while you're drinking the beer. I am not a fan. I'm looking for the beer. There we go. All right. I have managed to accomplish the 2 things that I had to do, which is hit people and drink the beer, which means now I can leave, come turn this in. Hooray, and now I glow.
Service.
So you can see that person's all glowy too. We're all sparkly glowy. That's probably my favorite thing about the beer brawl is the sparkly glowy thing at the end. Barb Dreams says in the chat, the bar fight is actually very fun. I am loving the anniversary festival. That is awesome. Oh, I'm glad you're having a good time. So one of the reasons why I prefer to do the expert is, it doesn't tell us there, but when the next round, when it comes back around, we can take a look. But it gives you the most of the tokens available. So that one gave me 3 festival tokens. I think the intermediate gives you 2, and the first one gives you 1, maybe. It's not quite as good as the shrew stomping. The shrew stomping also has a beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And the beginner one, you just have to stomp a bunch of shrews during the event. The second intermediate one, you have to stomp all the shrews, and you have a time limit. And then the third one, the advanced, you have to stomp the shrews within the time limit and plant flowers. You have to do all that within the time limit. It's like 3 minutes. And so the advanced one, sorry, the expert one gives you 5 tokens in the shrew stomping, when then the beginner gives you 1. And so I think the intermediate gives you 3, maybe. That's in the spring festival. But this one is just 1, 2, and 3, which is a bit sad because I'm like, so I think that, so this festival, the normal, if you do a quest in this festival, it is 2 tokens. So all these quests that I've been turning in, it's probably scrolled off by now, but they've all been like 2 tokens, 2 festival tokens. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Kato's sleeping and she's got her head faced up and her whiskers are just like twitch, 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 twitch. She's looking very cute. Delirian says the numbers seem correct. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, so this one, I feel like this festival is the hardest to, accumulate tokens during. Like the Midsummer Festival, I think they're all 3 tokens for each quest. But there are a plethora of quests that you can do, and you can kind of chain them together. Like you can go like from here to here to here to here to here to here, and in that you can accomplish stuff, here that goes towards some of the quests, and here that goes towards some of the quests, and here that goes towards some of the quests, and here that goes towards some of the quests. So by the time you're done running through the whole city, you've actually can do like 15 quests easily, and you only need like 10 for the wrapper. And if you include like the stuff outside of Minas Tirith, you can I think do like 20 festival quests in a day. So that's really nice. It's really easy. For the anniversary festival, you've got the gifts chain, which is 7, but you can't do that every day. You can only do that twice a week. You've got the horse races, so that's 2. You've got the fireworks around town. You've got the envelopes that you're chasing down. Cute little rhyme there. So you've got, it's not as easy to come up with a chain of 7 quests that you could do every day, reliably. So Loshire pokes head in and looks around. Oh, hello. I had to work today. Aw. Well, welcome to the stream. It's about an hour and a half in for me, so I'm only going to be on for probably a half an hour more, and then I'll swap it over to B4 and let him take you through the rest of the evening, as it were. Now, Barb Dream says the titles you get for this festival are great. My Runekeeper has both Firecracker and Master Blaster. Oh, that's a good point. There is the fireworks thing with Gandalf. I've already done it, I'm pretty sure, so I hadn't thought about that. And my Brawler is working on Clubber. So there are a bunch, what they're alluding to is there are a bunch of titles that you can earn in this beer brawl by like hit X number of people and then again, and then like, yeah, there's some fun stuff you can do there. So let me take a look. Okay, so we were curious about the thing. So the basic one gives you 1 anniversary token. The intermediate gives you 2.
You've come at
Yep.
a most
And then
fortuitous
the
time.
expert
Welcome.
gives you
You've come
3.
at a most
Yeah.
fortuitous
So
time.
yeah, sure. We'll try expert again. Why not? Why not? Oh yeah, so you were talking about accomplishments. So I really like the plugin called Deed Tracker, and it follows along with the things that you see in the deed log in the game, but it also includes hidden deeds. So if you're like, hey, I would like this, I would like that, you can find out about those in the deed tracker. So for example, for this one, I'm looking through Race and Social, and the different events are listed. And so for anniversary event, I can see, oh, okay, I've done the anniversary Scavenger Hunt, or I've got credit for it. Fireworks, I've done those. 10 years in Middle Earth, I haven't done. Path of the Fellowship. So there's some things I need to do there that I haven't done. I haven't done that, or that one, or that one. But I have done the Mightiest Arm. I've done Why Your Head Hurts. I've gotten Consume Consumables for the finely wrought carrying torches, but not for the simple carrying torches, because I think those require the steel tokens. And for Flurry of Fireworks, I haven't done... there's a couple of deeds there that I haven't done for Small Fellowship and Fellowship. So that's kind of fun that I can just look there and be like, oh, what do I still need? What's still outstanding? And Barb Dream says, your hotbar is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I am a big fan of all the plugins and add-ons and things like that. I've been having a good time kind of, playing around with the options that are out there. So what I'm using is called the JRR Skins Collection. And I've just had Moobot put a link in the chat there. So what Moobot said there is if you're looking to reskin the LOTRO UI, check out the full reskins available at lotrointerface.com. And it should be set to take you directly to that page where the JRR Skins collection is located. Like I said, that's the one that I use. Oh, no. Oh, I'm going to guess that, yep, you have dropped your Mighty Dwarf Club and the shock of shame and defeat. So I have failed the Mightiest Blow. You know what's funny is I almost considered taking, but I still wouldn't be allowed to get knocked out. I almost considered taking the basic one. Not the basic one, the intermediate one, because I didn't want to have to do the beer. But I was still not getting knocked out was a requirement. So, yeah, I would have failed either way. Oh, well. Yeah. Barb Dream says, thank you so much. I'm currently working QA Life, but we'll check those out after work. Awesome. Yeah, definitely. And also, my streams I put up on my YouTube channel, which I could look for the link to that. Hang on. Oh, I thought you were saying something. Let me grab my YouTube channel. Shoop. Boom. Boom. Yeah, Tillarian mentions you would fail intermediate when leaving the arena. Yeah, so I would have failed either way. So, yeah. I had a feeling I was going to get knocked out of the arena. I don't know. I'm just not good at this sometimes. So, It makes me sad. Okay. No glowing for me. Sad, sad. Yeah, no, Tilliard, it is correct. I know that intermediate will also fail you if you get knocked out of the arena. I have encountered that myself. So anyway, so Barb Dreams, I was also going to say that I, as well as having my streams here on Twitch, on this channel, I do record them and I put them over on my YouTube channel because that way it's a little bit easier to search for something if you're looking, or if you just want to go like video to video or whatever. So I try to make sure to put the links that we talked about during the stream into the description box on the video. So if you are like, oh, I didn't get a chance to grab that link, blah, 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 you can always just go to the video and look at the doobly-doo and click on it in there. So try to make it easy for folks who, you don't have to like memorize everything that happens during the stream or any of that business. So yeah, so big thumbs up to B4 for coming up with that idea and helping me out with that. So, oh, Barb Dream says, I followed the YouTube. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, you sent the link to your significant other who I actually met playing LOTRO back in 2010, who got together in 2013. Oh, that's fantastic, Barb Dreams. That's really cute. I did the opposite. I've been with B4, who will be streaming after me and talking about plugins. Hang on a second. There we go. Somebody was saying they were sorry that I got knocked out of the arena, so that's very kind. Anyway, so yeah, before and I got together like 10, 12 years ago, and then we started playing LOTRO together later. So we came in playing together, which I have been having so much fun in this game playing with other people. I know you could do so much of it solo now, and and I'm glad for that because there's definitely times like I play on Laurelin way more than he does, and so it's really nice that I'm able to go and do things on Laurelin by myself if I want to. But I find that I enjoy the game more when I'm playing with other people. So I appreciate that there's enough of within our household of that happening. But then also, like, I find LOTRO is really great for social stuff. Well, depending on the server, but like I'm on Laurelin with this character, and I do a lot of the Hobbit social events and gatherings here on this server, and I really enjoy that. I think it like, and when there's like, if there's something where I'm like, oh, I really want to go down to Goblin Town, I have a whole bunch of quests, is there anybody else who wants to go and do this stuff with me? You can usually gather a bunch of folks, and that's really awesome. Yeah, Barb Dream says Landreval is a super nice server too. We moved there after Menildor closed. Yeah, so yeah, Landreval is actually another server where, so I was on, Brandywine was the first server I played on, and that was fine for a while, but I don't know, it's a little bit rough over there sometimes. So anyway, so I got to a point where I just really wasn't enjoying the atmosphere over on Brandywine, but I was like, where do I want to actually be? And I love the music scene over on Landreval. And so I went ahead and transferred like my 3, because I had like 5 characters on Brandy at that point. So I went ahead and transferred 3 out of the 5. The other 2 were kind of early on. They were assigned to hold things and stuff like that, and they're really good for going to music events. So yeah, I actually transferred my 3 favorite characters, my first ever LOTRO character, over to Landreval. But then so we live in Europe, and a lot of the stuff that happens on Landreval is during kind of like U.S. kind of time frame. Oh, hang on just a second. So, anyway, so we found that being able to play with people You know, do I just go for the basic here? I think I'll just do the basic.
Come and
We'll just do the
stay
basic.
a moment, friend.
Why not? We're just gonna go for one token. Why not? All right. So yeah. So then we were looking for a server where there might be more people playing and doing things around the same time as us. And like a lot of the stuff that happens on Landreval is happening for what's like 2 o'clock in the morning for me. So when they have like all day events like Weatherstock, that's a lot of fun because like I can join in when they get started. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever. But for me, I'm like, oh, it's mid-afternoon, cool. And then I just watch until I like go to bed. And that's a lot of fun. But yeah, so then we started playing on Evernight, and that was nice because there were a lot more people playing in our time zone. So we were pretty active there for a little while, but then the legendary server thing started really getting our attention, and so we played on Anor for a while with like kind of a steady group. And that was a lot of fun because we could just like do what content was kind of like active then and work our way up to what was the max level on the server at that moment, and then kind of hang out and then try to catch up. But we started a little bit late, so we were always our group was always kind of catching up. We were never quite there anyway. So when Anor, well, by the time Anor closed, another server called Treebeard had opened. And so we've been playing on Treebeard from the beginning, and so we've got a nice group going on over there. And so we are doing that what we had intended to do, which is, you know, we enjoyed Eriador when it was just up to level 50, and that was great. And then we like, you know, checked out practically every quest we could. And then as the next zone would open up, we had as much time to look at everything we wanted to, you know. It didn't matter. And that was great. So we're still really enjoying that. My goodness, I cannot seem to like click. I may be a little distracted, so there's a little bit of that. Let's try that again. There we go. You know, if you're playing a high elf, they've got this really cool, like tumble when they jump from somewhere and when they land. So, whoa, my goodness, look at that. Whoa! Ka-chunk. Now, you'll notice that I got damaged, but I'm still in the arena, so that's even funnier. So it's possible you can actually, if you are like jump and get hit by multiple people at the same time, you can actually hit the ceiling, which will do damage to you, by the way. So it's wild. Yeah. Anyway, where am I at here? We're at 6 out of 8. So Barb Dream says, you made a character on Lorelei once, but the times didn't work out for you because you're in Los Angeles. Yeah, exactly. I've noticed that a lot of people on Lorelei are more Europe time frame. Like, for example, all the Hobbit stuff that I do is timed to, is set to UK times. So, okay, so here's the little thing in case you weren't aware, that people will jump to show that they've got all their hits in when they're done, which is a really nice way to help each other out. So, yay. I managed to not get knocked out. Well, I managed to succeed.
Greetings, traveler.
Regardless of whether I got knocked out or not. So, yeah, another interesting thing about this is so every time that we're doing this, it would count toward the anniversary festival. So I can do this over and over and over again if I need the tokens, or if I need the quests. Hey, but I just noticed that it's evening in here, so we're gonna pop over to Bree real quick and go do some Bree stuff. I think I just saw a Jinjar run by. Oh yeah, Barb Dream says High Elf also has the best horse whistle around. I know, right? So they do this kind of, it's really pretty. yeah, man, I love the high elf. I I sometimes go through a high elf phase because they're just so cool. But I end up coming back to hobbits because I just have so much fun playing hobbits. So, yeah. Barb Dreams asks, are there any plans to open a new legendary server? I'd like to try one. There has been talk about it. I know.
Could I speak
Oh,
with
sweetie,
you a
do you
moment?
have the link for the year thing? Did they put out? Okay. Before he's going to see if he can find the link real quick. There's generally each year, the last few years, the people in charge of LOTRO have put out. Oh, thank you. I think Delirian hit it. Thank you very much. Oh, Agarthus' legendary server isn't on the roadmap. Interesting. Anyway, so let me go back to the beginning of the words. The folks in charge of LOTRO, so like the executive producer, or for a while there was another producer underneath him, or like any of the leads. Somebody in that group will put together like a roadmap of the year, and then they'll give that out to the players. So like a letter to the players, or the producer's letter, or something, with those kinds of words. So this year it's called Letter to the Players 2024. Cool. That was a while ago, isn't it? And it talks about their expected goals for this year, what things they're planning to do, just the major highlights, that sort of thing. Then, so on that road map, apparently Agartha points out that legendary server isn't listed. However, I do recall Severlin, who is the executive producer for LOTRO, did an interview, or like a stream chat with I think it was Bloodborne, who's a LOTRO player and does a lot of streaming and interviews, and it's like 2 hours long or something, and they talked about a lot of stuff, and legendary server did come up, and I know Severlin hinted at some things, and that their plan was to do a legendary server this year, I thought. So, to answer your question is, I believe they're planning to do one this year, but they haven't said what will be the details of that. For example, will it be another legendary server like Anor was, and like Treebeard is, and what Shadowfax was, in the sense of it's a slow release kind of idea, where you don't get everything at the beginning. You get like Eriador, and then they release the next chunk, and then the next chunk, and the next chunk, and your world just grows and grows and grows over time. Will it be like that? Whereas the differences between those three servers are, Anor, you got the next area every 3 to 4 months. With Shadowfax, it was every 2 months, and you also got 150% of experience on Shadowfax. On Treebeard, it's every 5 to 6 months, and we get 40% of experience. So we're going much, much slower. And that's really nice for some of us. Some of us really like going slower. So that's one possible thing. Back
How can I be
in
of
the
service?
summer of 2020, they did a special server that was just for 1 month. It was a tournament server, and it was also PvP in the sense that you could attack other players, and so that was wacky. And you could like knock them out, and they would end up at the revival rings. So that was just kooky. But you didn't get points or any advantage per se in taking out other players. The way you moved up on the leaderboard was by doing deeds. So you'd basically, pull up your deed log and be like, great, what can I do? And that's how you got points that were on the leaderboard. And you could also had to choose a faction. So it was the two twins of Elrond. So Elrohir and I just forgot his brother's name. But Elrond's two sons. And And so you chose a faction, so you were one faction or the other faction, and then you were allowed to then attack people of the other faction. And there were safe zones, like Bree was a safe zone, so you couldn't attack anybody in Bree, and so that was a hoot. I had a lot of fun with it. It was crazy, and I got a lot better at my skills. Oh my gosh, I definitely switched into Blue Hunter because players are really good at attacking other players compared to an NPC. So that was a really interesting adventure. But I think they had hoped that it would be more popular than it was, and the PvP folks didn't like it because they wanted to get credit for attacking other players. They didn't really care about the deeds, whereas me, I don't necessarily care about attacking other people. I found it interesting, but for me, it was the deeds that made the server really fascinating. So it didn't accomplish what they had hoped it would accomplish, and it didn't quite hit the target audience I think they were looking for. So like I think they're trying to figure out what to do for the next one. Like Arthur says, they've been talking. They haven't decided what the new legendary will be, what the rule set will be. No ETA. They've hinted that the new legendary server may be located in Amsterdam. Oh, that's a fair point. All the servers are located currently in the U.S. together, and there has been talk of maybe having the legendary server, whatever the new one is, be located physically in Europe. So, yeah, and Tellurian says, concerning the new legendary server, last thing you remember is they were said, that several said, ask again at the end of the year. So, yeah. Before points out, no news in this summary. But there's a suggestion somebody made for a permanent legendary server over on the LOTRO forums. Okay. Oh, I'll take a look at that sometime then. I hear it's a really interesting read. Barb Dream says, I better watch the interview sometime. I have questions about the summary and how to remain agile using waterfall. It doesn't make sense. Oh, yeah. Eladan and Elroy here are the brothers. Thank you very much. I, for some reason, forgot their names. So, oh, hey, and I want to make sure everybody always knows that there's a freebie going on. So this week, is the Dwarf Candles, as probably why that came up in conversation. So if you're ever uncertain how to get that free item of the week, or any other code, if somebody ever gives you a code, like if you, like during the anniversary festival, Cordovan was running around different worlds and giving out stuff, although I think he was just dropping them in the game. But sometimes, like when we do a charity stream, you can earn codes during the charity stream. There's giveaways. So if you ever get a code, and this counts like as one of it, so you want to grab that code, I'm just going to copy and paste because I don't want to make any mistakes. But you open up this LOTRO store, and then you go down behind my head to, there I've moved it, to that spot right there where it says redeem code, and you paste the code in there and hit the little present button, and it goes ching, and it says coupon activated, dwarf candle red times 25 and dwarf candle green times 25. That's cool. So, and then if I want to go to like my history, I can see, it'll show me, is it there? No, where is it? Oh, transaction history. Does it show me there? Yeah, there it is. Coupon code, spotlights, dwarf candle, dwarf candle. So you can kind of see, like, if you're like, oh, did I use that code or did I not use that code? You know, you can check there. Yeah, so like last time I used the Cozy Pig. Now, these codes are usually a one-time use, so it's only on that server. If it's character specific, it's going to be on the character that you're on. So for example, these got delivered to this character, but thankfully they're bound to accounts, so that's fine. I can just throw them in my bin with the rest of them. Yeah, so that's where you find that place to put in that code if you're ever looking for that. So, oh, Barb says, Barb Dream says, time for backlog refinement. Thanks for the stream. This has been great. Well, you're welcome. Thanks for coming by. I hope everything goes well with those of you who are listening while you're working. And so, just to point out that I went and did the fireworks because it is nighttime while we were chatting there, and then I jumped around on the houses in Bree. I'm sure they don't mind that, right? this particular quest is available every half hour. So he will have a cooldown right now. It says 23 minutes and 41 seconds. So I can come back every half hour and do that quest until nighttime ends, which is like a couple hours. I think what is it? A whole day cycle is like 4.5 hours, I think. So a nighttime would be like 2.25 hours. So I can come back and do that like maybe 4 times over the course of the night. But that's another way to earn tokens if you are looking for more ways to earn tokens, or are trying to get through, your wrapper for the day and you're like missing. That could be another option for you. Oh, day-night cycle is 3 hours and 6 minutes, says Agartha. Oh, thank you. Okay, so you have like an hour and a half. Excuse me. So you can probably get it in like 3 times because of every 30 minutes. But the other thing too is you can always go back and do the beer brawl, and that's every like 8 minutes. So as long as you succeed at that, it does count towards a festival activity. So that's another way to knock that out. I have at times been trying to earn tokens, and so basically I'll just plop myself in there, and every time it comes around, I go do the beer brawl, and then after it's over, I'm like doing stuff on my computer or grabbing laundry or cooking or whatever else, and then it comes back around, I come back and do the thing. So, that's another a way to do it. It's kind of like with the shrew stomping. You can do the same sort of routine. Go do the thing, the shrew stomping, and then once it's done, turn it in, and then go wander off and do some stuff, and then come back, when you're done. So, anyway, I think we are getting close to wrapping up. And, okay, awesome. So, I don't think there's any conflicts I have anytime soon, so I should be here next week. But y'all, it was so hard for me not to be streaming the Planet Crafter today. I'm having so much fun with that game. But yes, I put the sci-fi aside and we did fantasy for today. So that's been fun. I do enjoy coming in and playing my Hobbit character. She's fun. So, and I got her all, fancy dressed and stuff like that. And, we're with our little merrymaking hamster. So how could we have possibly decided to leave that hamster behind, right? So, all right. Well, I am here every Tuesday starting at 11:30 server time. So, Lost Shire says, Hobbit says, I'm so glad I caught a bit of the stream. We'll watch the whole thing back this week. Well, thanks for that. That's very kind. So we did festival, so you'll get to see more festival again. And now, of course, we got this great shot of Bree in the background. There we go. We'll even make it even more clear. Oh, and hey, we can watch some fireworks happening. Oh, probably from somebody lighting them off down there. We can probably watch the fireworks over there, though, too, right? Yeah, maybe we'll leave it centered on that. Yep, so every Tuesday, we're here doing some fun LOTRO stuff, finding some mischief to get into. And I start at 11:30 Eastern time, server time, Eastern U.S. time. And then right after me is always B4 with his stream Plugging Along, where he talks about LOTRO plugins, and he'll do some plugin development on stream and talk about whatever he's working on. Sometimes it's the Festival Buddy, which is how that I had that little pop-up that came around that was showing me which buttons to click. That was really handy. Last week, I think he was working on playing around with Titan Bar, which is an existing plugin, and how to do a patch that would allow tokens to show up. And my goodness, he's been doing a ton of work in the background on that. He's been showing me the gob tons of code that he has adapted and changed. And so there's a lot going on with that one. So it could be what he'll be talking about today. We'll find out. Maybe. Oh, and Sandy says, thanks for the stream. You reminded me to log in for anniversary gifts. So yes, please do, everybody. If you are often just listening but not often playing, do make sure you log in and get your goodies. You theoretically have a whole year to get your year number incremented, but it would be a real shame to miss out. So just doing it during the anniversary festival is a great way to just remind yourself and be like, it's like, when do you change your toothbrush? Okay, at the solstice and at the equinoxes. When do you get your anniversary gifts? During the anniversary event. Like, just, it's really easy. Try to make it easy on yourself, right? So, all right. Well, thanks for coming along, everybody. Kosi says, thanks for the great stream. You're welcome, and thanks for coming. It wouldn't be as good of a stream without people hanging out in the chat. So, it's not. It's a collective thing. It's a multi-person raid here, as it were. So, all right. Well, I'm going to sign off. I will see you all next week. Have a great rest of your week and enjoy this beautiful weather that hopefully you're having also. And as always, remember, stay connected to the Hobbit side of your heart and take care of each other. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.